Hello and welcome to the 106th of a second photography podcast. We're at episode 198 and this episode is called Drone Down because in the nice weather and with the changes that I discovered in the drone laws for my sub 250 gram drone, I've been out flying my drone, been doing some aerial photography, doing some filming, but unfortunately I crashed my drone and I crashed it quite catastrophically and it had a break. So crashing your drone, it does happen, and it will happen when it can happen for a variety of reasons. You can hit a blade of grass, you can hit a twig or something. Now unfortunately for me, I hit a twig because I was flying a bit too close to a tree and my drone fell down and I could hear it crashing down, and it fell and it hit lots of branches on the way down and then it hit the floor. And believe it or not, I was very relieved because had it not fallen down, I would have had to either climb the tree or who knows what I would have done to get it down. So I was glad it fell down. It crashed due to user error. I was watching it, but I just didn't see something, and it just must have just clipped a branch, a leaf or something. And as soon as it touches something, the drone shuts down and it just falls out of the sky. So I think I've only had maybe 2 or 3 crashes before, and the crashes before were where it hit a long bit of grass or something, quite minor, and it's not broken, hasn't even had any scratches on really. But this time it did break, and this time one of the sort of arms that you fold out broke. So that wasn't good. So it wasn't flyable. And what I realised when that happened was the following. You go out with your drone, you might drive quite a way to do some photography or filming or just use your drone. Now, you take lots of batteries with you because, I got the combo pack, so I've got 3 spare batteries. So you take those with you for changing your batteries and keeping a good battery level, because you don't want to let it go too long because it will either return to home or it will do a forced landing where it is. So you don't want to exhaust your battery. You want to sort of land it with about 25 to 30% battery. But what it made me realise was if you crash your drone and it breaks, that's it. You can't do anything with it. You can't fly it because it either won't work or it would be unsafe to fly it. So that sort of ruins your trip. Now, I am planning to do lots of trips for drones and go to some interesting places and get some excellent drone footage and some excellent drone photography. But it did make me think that if I do have a breakage like this, I can't replace anything. I can replace propellers, but the serious breakage I had, there's no way I could replace that. So it did make me think about that, and I'll talk about how I've remedied that in a moment. So I took it home. I was all sad, and I looked on the internet and I found a company who would fix it. It wasn't a case that I was confident enough that I could get the arm myself and repair it, so I sent it off, and it cost £115 to have it repaired, including delivery and other charges and VAT, etc. So was it worth it? Well, yes, because it fixed my drone. And while I felt that's quite a lot of money, £115, and it is a lot of money, isn't it? It's almost as much as buying the drone again. What would I do with a broken drone? Nothing. I could sell it as broken, but I wouldn't get much money for it. So it's one of those things that you have to fix. It feels like when you want to sell a car, no one's going to buy a car unless it's got a valid MOT. So you've almost got to get your car through the MOT before you can sell it. And I felt it was pretty much the same with the drone. So I've now got it back. It's fixed. I've tested it. It's working properly. Not that I wasn't careful before, but I will be careful again when I go out and fly my drone. But I have bought a backup drone because if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to take both drones, and I've got enough batteries now for both drones. And if one breaks, then at least I don't have to go home. I can use the other one. I'll be gutted if one breaks, but at least I've got a backup drone that I can fly about and do pretty much the same thing with. So it did make me think. I will be more careful, although I appreciate accidents happen. And I'm just happy to have my drone back, and I've got some excellent shots with that drone. Now it's back, and the backup drone. So I'll see you next week, and maybe I have some more drone adventures to talk about or drone on about. Thank you. Goodbye.